Meow, meow, meow.
Hello everybody, Mr.Lilly here. Today we're going to be playing some Ionia Noxus Aggro. This deck list has an emphasis on the Ionia cards and was originally made popular by the Hearthstone streamer Dog. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. This deck looks to put out early threats and finish off your opponent by going over them with elusive cards, being buffed up with cards such as Brother's Bond or Elixir of Wrath. We're running the champions of Katarina and Zed. You can get a lot of crazy rally turns off with Katarina and your elusive cards, and a buffed up Zed can be a quick finisher from the early game. I personally am running Darius. Darius with Ghost is a great way to finish off games. I'll have a full guide at the end of the video going over each card in the deck, and I'll leave a timestamp to that in the description. Without further ado, here are some of the games that I played. Alright, he's got the whole gang. I've only got part of the gang. So, I don't need two drops, so we're going to dump this. But this is a good combo. But what I'd really like is some sort of hand buff. You know what? We'll replace her because we'll be going wide. We'll be going very wide. Okay. I'll take that trade. Oh, you know what? Couldn't take the trade if I wanted. It's funny, they're both scared of each other. Alright. Picked up the Darius early, which not usually the best, but we'll make it work. Looking like I'm going to get my Zed out first, which is a big bonus for me. He can't defend against my Zed with his Zed. Poor Katarina. Oh, I like to use Katarina to use her to chump block. Then next turn you play her, you get the rally. Okay.
I will teach you.
Okay.
Final lesson.
It's pretty much looking like a mirror matchup. I think he's focusing more on hand buffing his guys, but when your game plans to go fast, going a little bit faster. That's a good one to play, though. I'm gonna go with Katarina. Thought about doing this just for more chump blockers, but ooh, maybe it would have been the play then. We'll take it. Should have just jumped one of my guys in so I could have played next turn, but that's okay. See if we can get play Katarina again this turn. Swing in for another attack, and it should be over after that. So yeah, Katarina's gonna get recalled back to my hand. I'm gonna be able to play her since she levels up. When I play her, it'll rally. Oh, he might have something tricky. Okay, not tricky enough. Not worth denying that. Not at all.
They'll never know what killed.
We've been through a lot.
Pledge yourself to the shadows.
let the bloodshed begin. Blood for Noxus!
He has to block them all out. Wondering if I should have bursted my guy, but it doesn't look like it matters.
Boss said so.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to do that. Well, if my chat would start talking, maybe I would be more inclined to reply. Just thinking, man.
Christ didn't. Was all just talk.
So he could buff his Zed and swing in for a lot of damage. A very real possibility.
Punish restraint.
Yeah. Do we want to do this? How much are we spending? 3. I just take 8. If I take 8, play Katarina, swing in. We're gonna do it. We're big time. He's got nothing. He's got nothing. Oh my god, you level up. Oh my god. Just go straight for the Darius.
Never play big.
So I didn't play my Greendale duo because I needed want to have enough mana. Okay, that's something.
Only fools hesitate.
What you gonna do? And we can deny if he has any sort of trick up his sleeve. The next turn I get the attack token and I just swing back in. So.
You cannot escape.
He's just been playing on the back foot this whole game.
Time for the main event.
Okay. We're just gonna go ahead and throw her on the board.
Everything's better with company.
Says you.
Whenever this, you'll see one of my favorite interactions. Whenever this Zed summons his ephemeral guy, it's gonna buff my dude by 1. So, and that's a surrender. All right, great game. And now we're going to make the next deck and run that. Great game, great game. Okay, okay, hand. Not the best, but it's something. Nope, it's actually nothing. It's back to being something. Okay, we got the double blade troller intimidating roar combo, but doesn't look like he's going to be playing aggro. Okay, so we're playing against what looks to be like a heavy control deck.
The dark beckons.
There's no reason he'd play that card otherwise.
Don't let the fluffy tails fool you.
These guys live from Avalanche. That's what matters most right now. Okay. We take that. Frostbite. Spider, dude, if he drains me. So annoying. Drain is such an annoying card. I hope he just plays a bunch of spiders next turn and intimidating roar. Yeah, very feels good.
The War Mother will unite us all.
But not that.
The Order rewards its faithful.
Today we fight as one.
It's too late for you.
No, dude, he might be wanting me to kill his spider. Why didn't I think that? Why didn't I think of that? Dumb.
Hey, Krabby.
That's my resting face.
Oh, well, never mind. He's just dumb.
Whew. Now who's got the upper hand?
Okay, so we recalled my Shadow Boy, or Shadow Girl. What has he got? Another Avalanche? That's why we have Deny. We will deny that. Denies are almost entirely for Avalanche. If Avalanche didn't exist, Deny wouldn't be as good in this deck. Still be a great card, but not as good. Okie doke. Well, see what he's got.
Avarosans, stand together.
I'll take the damage. I'm scared to play anything.
Hang on, Buzzball.
You know, denies. I don't play anything. I swing in for 7, which isn't enough. So we're just gonna play her for now.
The dark beckons.
And I should be able to fly over him. Gives me lethal. Well. This should work. Gonna work. Sorry, bud.
Here's our chance.
Thank you very much. Oh, never mind. Doesn't work. Valuable lesson we learned today.
No going back.
So dumb. Well, learn a valuable lesson today, folks. You cannot counter a play ability
This
with
is
a
our
recall.
homeland.
Oh, we might have just won. What? No. I'm so sorry, guy. Man,
Now who's got the upper hand?
just enough. Woo! We big time now. That was a great one. Okay, so this is going to be my deck guide on the Ionia Noxus aggro deck with the emphasis on the Ionia cards. I'm going to try and make it quick. So we're running 2 Elixir of Wrath. This is good for surprising your lethal on your opponents or forcing down some of their bigger minions. Ghost is really good for sneaking past enemies with Darius. A leveled up Darius and Ghost is almost a guaranteed 10 damage. Inspiring Mentor is a very good card right now. Getting the +1/+1 onto either your Navori Conspirator or your Zed is going to be very good. Getting a buffed up Zed and getting him to swing in for damage is a very good win condition. Precious Pet, strong against aggro cards that can't deal with it. If you can get a buffed up Precious Pet, you can put out a lot of damage. Recall, you want to be recalling your minions by setting them out for a block and then recall it to stop the block, and then you get your minion back. Usually Inspiring Mentor. I use that combo a lot to chump out blocks with Inspiring Mentor and then get them back for the buff. You also want to recall your own minions if they're going to get destroyed, like a Zed. If they Mystic Shot your Zed, you can just recall them back to your hand. Brother's Bond, very good for chipping in early damage. The buff that it gives is permanent, so keep that in mind. If you get this out early, you can get some pretty big minions. Fey Blade Twirler is a good value card. It can get out of hand if you get some recalls off and your opponent doesn't have anything to answer it with. Green Glade Duo, another staple in the deck. It swings in for a lot of damage if you're able to have it on the board and then go wide. You want to look to buff this one up too so that it doesn't die to drain. House Spider, very good going wide. House Spider with Green Glade Duo, that leaves for gives her a +2. Very useful. Recalling House Spiders to keep summoning them and get those 1/1s, throw them in as chump blockers, or buff them up if your opponent decides not to block their 1/1. Navori Conspirator, very good card. Recalling an ally is almost always a benefit to you. There's only a handful of times where it's a detriment, but being able to turn 1 Inspiring Mentor, turn 2 Navori Conspirator, very strong. Deny. Gotta love Deny. Stops your board from getting wiped. That's the main thing you want to use to deny. Is if they're going to wipe your board with an avalanche, you deny it. If they're going to, take out one of your key cards, you deny it. Very good. Try and always keep in mind to bank spell mana for a deny if you think they have a board wipe coming. Katarina can lead to some crazy combos of you swinging overhead with your elusives, playing her to a leveled up version of her to get the rally, and then just swing it again with your elusives overhead. Catch your opponent off guard very easily with leveled up Katarina. Shadow Assassin, it's a very good value card. It replaces itself by drawing when you get to play, so keeps value going right away, and being a 2/2 elusive, you're going to swing in for some damage. Zed is falling out of favor from a lot of people because he is so easily removed, but you want to get him buffed up at least once so he avoids Mystic Shot, and you can buff him up one more time to avoid a Black Spear, and then that's a little bit harder to remove him, but you gotta buff him twice for that to happen. So it swings in a lot for a lot of early damage if you can make it happen, but don't get too upset when your Zed gets taken away. Will of Ionia, good control card. You want to use it on your opponent's cards. You can use it on your own, but you have a 1 mana recall to use on your own cards. So if you have both of them and you're using this on your own card, that's a misplay. Intimidating Roar is a card I really like running. Stops aggro cards in their track, buys you some more time if they have a full board. You stun them out on their turn, and then on your turn, you're able to fly over them for lethal with your elusive cards. So that's very good. Intimidating Roar plus the Fey Blade Twirler can lead to some very nutty combos if they have a full board. And then Darius, I said this before, if I had 2 more Katarinas, I would probably just put 1 in and keep running 1 Darius because he is a very strong finisher. If you get him on turn 6 and he's leveled up, throw that down, and if you have a Ghost you can use with spell mana banked up, you are almost certainly swinging in for 10 damage, which closes out a lot of games. So it's a very fun deck to use. Utilizes elusives. If you don't like using elusives, there's a Noxus version. I have a guide on that as well. If you made it to the end, thank you very much. Please subscribe. There'll be more deck playthroughs and expedition playthroughs coming.